You shoot it up your back door. Psychologically drunk. These methods are fake. I like beer, but then I drink too much.
Julian!
And you know what? In the morning it hurts more than the cold heart of your bitch. So I decided to ask science to find a solution for me. The goal is to get drunk, but the catch, no hangover. What we're going to see today is pure science. First, we're going to understand how beer works. Secondly, we're going to discover the wild methods of consumption. How to drink alcohol, for example, with your ass. Then we'll look at someone who is a huge alcoholic. And then we'll get through researches about non-alcoholic beer. Perfect, it's clean. Now, as a fella who used to be an engineer, let me explain you how the beer works. There's this fancy stuff in beer called ethanol. So imagine that ethanol is a car. You drink a cold one and ethanol goes into your food highway. Fancy folks call this esophagus. After that, it hits the stomach. It's like a traffic jam for your food. It's spending some time because there are tolls, and after that, it exits the highway by something we call intestines, where finally ethanol goes to your blood and circulates there. Exactly like British circulate in Paris.
France is a country you have to drive through to get to Italy. That's all it's for.
Now, when ethanol is in your bloodstream, over 90% of it gets wrangled by the liver, and the small rest, less than 10%, sneaks out by the sweat, lungs, and kidneys. In the liver, ethanol turns into this nasty stuff called acetaldehyde, which is toxic, like your bitch. Then, the liver breaks that down into less toxic stuff than your body can toss out like yesterday's trash.
I heard that. You know the rule.
What makes you feel drunk and that toxic junk? No sir, it's when ethanol gets to your brain. Just like I like playing with my dog, ethanol likes playing with your brain cells. Fancy folks call them neurons. Basically, alcohol messes with two big brothers in your brain. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA. And the second one is called glutamate. They are both what we call neurotransmitters. Neuro what? Think of neurotransmitters like transmission in your truck. Engines your brain, giving out commands. And the wheels is your body, making you move, eat, fuck, breathe, and all that good stuff. Glutamate is a neurotransmitter that normally stimulates neurons. It's your petrol, or if you have 20 IQ, it's your diesel. Ethanol does not allow glutamate to become active. That means it's a slowdown of your brain function. You have less memory, attention, and you become a bad decision maker.
Finally beat Medicare.
If dancing naked in a bar wasn't a good idea an hour ago, I sure as heck don't see no reason not to now. When glutamate is not active, it's like riding your car, but with a broken speedometer.
Ярик, блядь!
On the other hand, ethanol enhances the effects of GABA. GABA makes neurons less likely to fire. It's like riding your truck with a broken clutch. But here's the thing. Even with all these fancy signs, some folks cannot get drunk. Take my friend Andre the Giant, for instance. I kindly don't recommend to go challenging this fella on a drinking contest. This ain't no trick, he was really that big. This 550-pound mountain of a man once claimed he could drink 117 beers in one sitting. Scientists say that's impossible, because that would put his blood alcohol level at 83%, which is more than twice the fatal dose. Well, they're probably right. He's dead. Do you want to see something creepy? They even got his hands displayed in dollars. So, if the liver's the problem, there's gotta be a way to get drunk without sending all this alcohol down to your liver. Unfortunately, you cannot disconnect your liver from the bloodstream. If your liver is disconnected from the bloodstream, you will die in less than 1 day. This is why the humanity, the civilizations, the countries, the scientists still try to find a way to drink without getting intoxicated. Now, you really have to understand that there's a lot of fake information on internet about drinking alcohol and not getting intoxicated. For example, they got these alcohol vaporizers on the market. With this crazy thing, they say you can get drunk and good without intoxication. When you use something like this, alcohol skips the stomach altogether and goes straight to your bloodstream. Another way of drinking alcohol is called alcohol enemas, or as kids call it, butt chugging. The idea is simple. Instead of drinking like this, you shoot it up your back door, and this process usually involves laying on your back with your knees up and the funnel stuck where the sun don't shine. The booze is poured into your funnel and voila, it's in your system. While reading researches, I found this wild story. A 52-year-old fellow was found dead at home. We found him lying in bed with an enema bag hanging from a coat rack and a tube stuck in his rear end. So please, I ask you, don't inject alcohol into your ass. This is dangerous. Now there's other ways of taking alcohol like snorting it, aka Chili Willy.
This is a Chili Willy, number 8 for me. Fill me fucking up, because I'm going before you. Yeah, baby!
But there's the thing, no matter how you drink alcohol, it will end up in your bloodstream and in your liver. It's just unavoidable that if you get a dose of ethanol, it will not be broken down by your liver. So all these methods are fake because anyway you will get intoxicated. But do you remember one thing I said before? It's not the presence of ethanol that makes us happy. It's the boost of GABA and the slowdown of glutamate. Is there any other solutions to this? Yes, Xanax. Oh, I'm kidding. Let's find something safer. And one safe method was discovered by some Dutch scientists. What do you know about Dutch? They are tall, they like wooden boots, and they drive their caravans to France.
In Tower of Citroen, I was starting to relax a bit.
They also like science, and they decided to see what the non-alcoholic beer and normal beer stimulates your brain in the same way. They took 21 men they consider healthy. The criteria was between 18 and 35, be lover, non-smoker, no dietary constraint, and they must eat a ton of cheese per day. And randomly they were giving this man non-alcoholic and alcoholic beer, all in small portions of 10 milliliters, delivering a total of 60 drinks. And all that was happening under the MRI scanning, so that we could later observe how the brain reacts to non-alcoholic and alcoholic beer. You will be extremely surprised with the results of the study. I quote, "In conclusion, we found no differences in acute brain reward between beer with and without alcohol when presented in a context where regular alcoholic beer is expected. This suggests that in normal, regular consumers, beer flavor rather than the presence of alcohol is the main driver of the experience. That means that non-alcoholic beer can make you psychologically drunk. You can drink non-alcoholic beer, avoid harm to your body, and still get dizzy. Isn't it amazing? Yes, it is. However, a research where only 21 people are involved is too small to make a serious conclusion. Having that in mind, I decided to make a test with my friend Bob. Please look at the results. Alright, let's test it out. Do you like it, Bob? From now you have a pure scientific proof that non-alcoholic beer is a solution to get drunk without any intoxication. Anyway, please be aware of your alcohol consumption and stay educated. It is extremely important to keep yourself healthy and smart. See you next time when we'll discuss something even more interesting.